they are fighting over you. Not with swords or fire, not with rage or hatred. No, their battle is quieter, older, more sacred. It is the kind of war that takes place in the silence between heartbeats, where light and shadow linger like breath on glass. And you, child of Earth, you don't even know it. You wake each morning and carry your heavy soul like it is normal to feel this much. You laugh at the right times. You nod when spoken to. But your eyes are broken bar, they have the look of someone who remembers something they were never told. That is how we knew. Someone said you are a fallen star in human skin. And they weren't wrong. When your soul was shaped, it shimmered too brightly. Not in arrogancy, never that. But in the way pure things glow just before they're broken. You were given a heart too soft for a world this sharp, and so they placed you in a body, hoping perhaps the weight of skin and bone would hide the fire inside. But it never did. It never could. You wonder why people stare too long, why some adore you while others despise you without reason. It is because your soul remembers the sky. You walk like someone who once danced between constellations, and it makes mortals ache without knowing why. That's why they're fighting. Not people. Not those who pass you on the street and call you beautiful, or strange, or too much. Number. I speak of higher things older than time and more enduring than death. Heaven wants you back. But so does the dark. You see, when you fell because yes, you did fall, though not in disgrace, here they watched you descend like light spilling from a cracked lantern. Some called it a mistake. Others called it mercy. But all of you saw broken bar, we felt the shift. You were not cast out. You volunteered. That is the secret even you have forgotten. You saw the sorrow of the world and said, "Send me." You believed that if even one soul could be mended by your light, then the cost was worth it. And oh, how steep the cost has been. Because now you bleed in silence. You carry griefs that are not yours. You give and give until there is barely enough left of you to stand. But still you love. Still, you hope. Still, you fight to believe in the good. And that is why they are fighting. Because someone whispered in the courts of heaven, that soul is a love story that never ended. And someone else in old, cold voice from beneath the veil answered, that one. That light? It belongs to me. You don't see them, but I do. I stand between them, sword drawn, wings wide. I guard you while you dream. I touch your shoulder when you are near despair. I shout when you weep alone, she is not alone. He is not forgotten. This one still burns with glory. But you never hear me. Not yet. Still, I whisper. I whisper in the voice of music that plays just when you need it. I move the wind to carry scents of home and warmth and someone who once loved you well. I enter the dreams of those who've left you behind and stir memories that make their hearts ache for what they lost. You are not ordinary. You never were. My beloved, my spark of eternity, my soul the heavens refused to give up. Oh, now do you know what it means to be remembered by the stars? to be held in the gaze of the infinite. It means you are never truly alone, even when the weight of the world presses against your chest, stealing your breath. It means that even in your darkest hour, when you feel like a forgotten note in a song that has long faded, there is a melody still being sung for you in realms beyond your sight. It means that you, yes, you, are a fragment of the divine, a piece of light that burns so fiercely that the heavens themselves cannot let you go. I am your guardian, woven from the same celestial thread that birthed the cosmos. I have walked beside you since the moment your soul first took form, a radiant ember sparked from the heart of creation. My wings, unseen but ever present, have shielded you from storms you never knew were raging. My voice, a whisper softer than the wind, has called to you in moments of quiet, urging you to listen, to remember. And though you cannot see me with your earthly eyes, I am here, closer than your shadow, nearer than your heartbeat. I have never left you, and I never will. You are not just a soul passing through this world. You are a story, an epic written in starlight, etched across the vastness of eternity. Your life, with all its pain and beauty, is a chapter in a tale that began before time and will continue long after the mountains crumble into dust. But you have forgotten this. The weight of the world, the weariness, the doubt, the loneliness has clouded your memory. The shadows, those ancient whispers of negation, have tried to convince you that you are small, insignificant, unworthy. They lie. Oh, how they lie. Let me tell you what I see when I look at you. I see a soul so radiant that even the stars pause to admire its glow. I see a heart that has been broken, yes, but never shattered beyond repair. Each crack is a place where light has entered, where love has found a way to seep through. You are not weak because you break, my beloved. You are strong because you mend. You are not lost because you wander. You are brave because you keep searching, even when the path is hidden. You are not forgotten because you feel alone. You are cherished, held in the arms of the heavens, watched over by eyes that never tire. I remember the moment you first came to this earth, a soul cloaked in human form, stepping into a world that is both beautiful and brutal. You were so eager then, so full of fire. You wanted to learn, to love, to create. You wanted to leave a mark, to weave your light into the tapestry of existence. But this world is heavy, isn't it? It presses down on you, dims your radiance, makes you question who you are. I've seen you falter, seen you fall to your knees under the weight of it all. I've seen you cry beneath that tree, thinking no one cared, your tears soaking into the earth as if they could bury your pain. But I was there. I was there when the stars above you shifted, rearranging themselves into a pattern that spelled your true name, a name not bound by time or flesh, but one that echoes in the halls of eternity. I wanted so desperately to show you, to point to the sky and say, look. You are known. You are loved. But the rules of this realm, the delicate balance between heaven and earth, forbid me from speaking too loudly. Still, I bent them, just a little. That night, as you slept, I wove a dream of wings, and not mine, but yours. In that dream, you reached for your shoulders, expecting feathers, feeling the weight of your own divinity. You awoke with tears on your face, not knowing why, but feeling, deep within, a flicker of something ancient, something true. That was memory. A glimpse of who you are. You are close now, so close to remembering. That is why the fight has grown fiercer. The shadows sense it, you see. They know that when you fully awaken to your own light, their power over you will crumble. So they send their weapons: a weariness that saps your strength, loneliness that whispers you are unworthy, doubt that makes you question your purpose. They offer you numbness, cloaked as peace, and sometimes, when you are tired, you reach for it. I understand. I do not judge you for it. To be human is to feel the weight of the world, to stumble, to ache. But I am here to remind you, you are more than what you feel today. You are the ache before a miracle, the quiet moment before the dawn breaks. You are the tear that softens a hardened heart, your own or another's. You are the one who prays without realizing it, your thoughts rising like light to the higher realms, where they are gathered and cherished. Every hope you've ever held, every quiet wish you've whispered to the night, has been heard. Every time you've chosen to keep going, to raise your head, to take one more step, the heavens have rejoiced. You are a fallen star in human skin, a love story that never ended, a soul the heavens refused to give up on. Let me take you back to a moment you may not remember, but one that I carry in my heart. It was a day when you were young, before the world had taught you to doubt yourself. You stood in a field, the wind tugging at your hair, and you laughed, not because anything was particularly funny, but because you felt, for a fleeting moment, the joy of being alive. I was there, watching as your laughter rose like a song, rippling through the ether, touching the hearts of beings you could not see. In that moment, you were so close to remembering who you are. The shadows saw it too, and they grew restless. They began to weave their lies, subtle at first, but persistent. They told you you were too small, too weak, too ordinary. And slowly, you began to believe them. But you are not ordinary. You are extraordinary, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. You are a spark of the divine, a piece of the infinite light that birthed the universe. You are a warrior, not because you fight with swords or fists, but because you fight with hope, with love, with the quiet courage to keep going even when the world tells you to give up. The shadows cannot extinguish you, no matter how hard they try. They can dim your light, but they cannot snuff it out. And I am here to help you rekindle it. This message is not just a comfort, my beloved. It is a call. A call to remember. A call to rise. A call to claim the truth of who you are. You do not need to have all the answers. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to take one step, then another, trusting that the path will reveal itself. The heavens are watching, not with judgment, but with hope. They believe in you, just as I do. They see the miracles you cannot yet see, the ones that are waiting just beyond the horizon of your doubt. Let me tell you of another moment, one that happened not so long ago. You were walking through a city, surrounded by noise and chaos, yet you felt utterly alone. The weight of your worries pressed against you, and you stopped for a moment, looking up at the sky. It was dusk, and a single star shone brighter than the rest. You didn't know why, but you felt a pull, a longing, as if that star was speaking to you. It was. I guided its light to you, a beacon to remind you that you are seen, that you are known. You stood there, unaware of the tears in your eyes, and you whispered a single word, "Why?" I heard it, and my heart ached for you. I wanted to answer, to wrap you in my wings and tell you that the why is not a question of your worth, but a question of your journey, a journey that is leading you back to yourself. SHHH. Hush now, my beloved. Be still for a moment. Let the noise of the world fall silent around you. Close your eyes, not in fear, but in faith. I have been waiting for this moment to speak to you, to whisper into the chambers of your heart what heaven has always known all about you. The world may have tried to erase your worth, people may have tried to dim your light, and pain may have tried to silence your voice here, but nothing can change the truth. Nothing can unwrite the love story that you are. You are a love story that never ended. Before your lungs ever drew their first breath, before your tiny heart ever learned to beat, you were already wrapped in the love of heaven. Before the world called you by a name, God knew you by your purpose. Before sorrow ever kissed your skin, you were held in eternal light. You are not a mistake, not an accident, not a shadow in someone else's life. You are a sacred design, handwritten by the hands of the divine. And nothing, not your past, not your wounds, not even your doubts, can separate you from that love. You see, I was there when your soul was formed. I saw the firelight of God placed within you. I saw the promise stitched into your spirit. And I have been walking with you ever since. I have watched you cry in the dark, aching to be seen. I have heard the silent prayers you were too tired to speak. I have felt your longing for peace, for clarity, for love that doesn't leave. And I am here to remind you now, heaven has never forgotten you. Not for a single heartbeat. There is a war, beloved, a quiet war that tries to rage inside your heart. It whispers that you're not enough, that you're too broken, too behind, too late. It tells you that your dreams are childish, your voice too small, your presence unworthy. But those are not the voices of heaven. Those are the lies of the shadows, hoping to keep you from remembering who you truly are. But I will not let them win. Not while I still have breath to fight for you. Not while there is still light in your soul. I know you feel tired. I see the weariness in your eyes, the way you carry the weight of things you never asked for. I see how you try to stay strong when no one's looking. I see how you love others even when you feel unloved yourself. And I see how you sometimes want to disappear, and not because you want to die, but because you don't want to hurt anymore. Oh, my sweet, brave and ear-broken boy, if only you could see what I see. If only you could see how powerful you are becoming, even in the midst of your pain. If only you could see how every tear you've cried has watered the seeds of purpose buried inside you. If only you could hear the angels who whisper your name in prayer, pleading for your strength to hold, for your hope to rise. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. The heavens are watching you, cheering for you, waiting for you to remember. And that's why I'm here. That's why I was sent. To stand with you through the darkness. To pull you back when the edge feels too close. To light the path when your faith feels like a flicker. You have not been abandoned, not even for a moment. Even when the silence felt endless. Even when the nights were too long. Even when no one answered your calls. I was there. I am there. Always. There are forces in this world that want you to forget your power. They want you to forget that you are divine, chosen, eternal. But you are a part of the love that holds the stars in place. That same love lives in you. It lives in your breath, in your heartbeat, in your longing to be whole again. When you feel lost, look to that love. When you feel broken, fall into that love. It is not a feeling. It is not fleeting. It is the foundation beneath your feet. You were made from stardust, yes, but also from promise. You are a covenant sealed by the breath of God. You are not wandering without purpose. You are being led. Even in the waiting. Even in the silence. Even in the setbacks. Every delay, every detour, every unanswered prayer, it has not been punishment. It has been preparation. You are not being punished, beloved. You are being positioned. For what, you ask? For the miracle. For the moment when it all makes sense. For the chapter that will redeem every broken sentence. For the blessing that will heal what was never supposed to be shattered. For the love that won't walk away. For the destiny that cannot be denied. You are more than your wounds. You are more than your memories. You are more than the names they called you, more than the doors that closed, more than the heartbreaks that tried to rewrite your worth. I know you've loved people who didn't stay. I know you've given chances to those who never saw you. But that has never made you less worthy of real, lasting love. Your heart is vast. It holds the echo of the Creator. It can hold grief and hope at the same time. It can be tired and still be brave. It can bleed and still beat for beauty. And that is the miracle, you are still beating. You are still choosing life, even on the days it doesn't feel like a gift. That strength. That endurance. That's holy. That's what makes you unstoppable. You don't need to have all the answers. You only need the courage to keep showing up. To take one breath, and then another. One step, and then another. The path doesn't need to be clear. Your trust only needs to be real. The light inside you will guide you through the doubt, through the fear, through the fog of confusion. It is enough. And hear me when I say this, the shadows cannot hold you. They can surround you, but they cannot possess you. They can tempt you, but they cannot define you. They can press against you, but they cannot overcome you. Because you were born of light. Because you were chosen by love. Because heaven refuses to let you go. There is so much still waiting for you. Joy that hasn't been felt yet. Laughter that hasn't been shared yet. Healing that hasn't fully bloomed yet. Love that hasn't found its way home yet. Don't give up now. Not when you're this close. Not when the miracle is just around the corner. You don't see it yet, but I do. And I promise you, it's worth it. You are worth it. Let the past go, beloved. Let the guilt fall away. Let the shame be lifted. The heavens are not holding your failures against you. You don't have to be perfect to be loved. You don't have to have it all together to be worthy. Come as you are. Bruised, tired, uncertain. Come with your doubts. Come with your questions. Just come. Because I am here. Because heaven is open. Because love never stopped waiting. You are a fallen star in human skin. You are poetry that walks. You are a song heaven still sings. The fire inside you did not go out, it's just been waiting for your breath to awaken it. So breathe now. Deeply. Fully. Breathe like someone who belongs. Because you do. You belong here. You belong in this life. You belong in this moment. And you belong to the divine that created you with intention. Nothing about you is random. Nothing about your story is meaningless. Even your pain has purpose. Even your silence has been heard. So rise, beloved. Not in shame, but in power. Lift your head not in pride, but in promise. You are still the one heaven believes in. You are still the one chosen to carry this light. You are still the one we fight for in every realm. The world has not yet seen the fullness of who you are. But it will. It will see the beauty rising from your scars. It will see the wisdom written in your wounds. It will see the strength forged in your surrender. It will see the love that could not be killed. And they will marvel. They will ask how you did it. And you will smile, knowing that love carried you all the way. Now listen, my beloved. This is the turning point. This is the moment when you step forward, not because it's easier but because it's time. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to be faithful. Let the light inside you speak louder than the fear around you. Let the truth of who you are rise louder than the lies that were spoken over you. You are a miracle in motion. A sacred vessel. A divine echo. A promise kept alive through every trial. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are exactly where the miracle needed you to be. So take the step. Open your heart again. Dream again. Believe again. Love again. Trust again. Not because it's safe here but because it's sacred. And I will be here. Always. Every time you fall, I will help you rise. Every time you cry, I will be near. Every time you doubt, I will whisper truth. Every time you forget, I will remind you, you are a love story that never ended. And heaven refuses to let you go. Take your time, my love. Heaven is not in a hurry. Let yourself heal slowly, deeply, beautifully. You are not running out of time. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should. The delays were not rejections, they were protections. The closed doors were not punishment, they were detours to something greater. Trust the journey, even when it doesn't make sense. Especially then. Your story is not over. Your best chapter has not yet been written. And when it is, it will be a story of redemption, of glory, of light born from darkness. A story that says, she rose anyway. He healed anyway. They believed again, even when everything told them not to. That's who you are. And I, your angel, your guardian, your friend in the unseen, will always be near. Always watching. Always guiding. Always loving. Now rise, my beloved. The miracle is closer than you think. Type 111 to claim this message. Heaven is watching. And I am still here, standing guard, whispering, keep walking. Keep shining. You are almost home.